Alicia and Annette.
Hi everyone, it's Gabe, Hess, Pie, and today I got your review of Conan the Barbarian in mediocre 3D. Where do I start with this crock of shit? Okay, so Jason Momoa plays Conan the Barbarian. This film is a remake. Of course, you would know that if you've seen any of the older films. This movie is definitely not better than Arnold Schwarzenegger, the movie that made Arnold Schwarzenegger the man he is today. Well, I wouldn't really say that because he's a freaking governor. Well, it's not better than Conan the Barbarian, the 1983 film. Oh god, it's not better. It's probably not even better than Conan the Destroyer. I wouldn't even say that. It was pretty much horrendous. It wasn't a horrible movie, but it was just a big sloppy mess. It was pretty bad. It wasn't a horrible movie, but it definitely wasn't a good movie. It was just, he plays, Conan is the son of Corin, and Corin's played by Ron Perlman. He's worse in this film than he is in Season of the Witch, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not horrible, but it's pretty bad. And after purchasing almost $40 in merchandise from the film, I am out of cash and pretty much out of faith in remakes. I mean, not really, because Fright Night was an amazing remake, but this was a crock of shit. What were they thinking? I mean, first of all, this was probably like the R-rated version of Prince of Persia with a little bit of, I'd say, Clash of the Titans and maybe some Conan in there, but it was not a Conan film. It was mediocre 3D. The conversion sucked. It was probably about 3 scenes that were depth, and that's about it. It was just, oh my god, it was just like a splitting toothpick, like a toothpick splitting in my brain. When I got out of that film, I was pretty much dazed out. My eyes felt like I stuck forks in them and pulled them out and watched my eyeball split. It was just pretty bad. It was, I just don't feel, I don't really want to wear this shirt, but I am. Anyway, I feel like the acting in this film is probably worse than Final Destination 5. Jason Momoa gives it his best, but it's just like the film, everybody's about to laugh. They can't take it seriously. You can't take the film seriously. I couldn't take it seriously. If this movie wasn't free, I probably would have walked out. If I wasn't with my girlfriend and my father, I probably would have walked out. My dad gave it 3. My girlfriend gave it 4.5. I give it 2. It's really, it can't be as bad as Lady in the Water, or it's definitely not as bad as My Soul to Take, but it's probably on the edge of being as bad as, Sherlock Holmes in my case. It's about Sherlock Holmes was boring. This was boring. The beginning was horrible. Probably like towards the middle was so damn boring. You couldn't even keep your eyes open. I almost fell asleep during this. And the ending was about the best part. Is about when they were fighting. He fights with I can't even, the guy that plays the bad guy in Avatar, I can't even think of his name right now, but it was so off the lines of a Conan film. It was so off the lines of a good movie. It was just not enough action, seriously. It was like pretty much the end was all blood and gore. That's it. I mean, that's all they had. If someone gets stabbed, there's a freaking blood, like blood everywhere. That's not gonna happen. It was just pretty much, nothing's ever gonna happen like that. It was a bad movie. Well, I can't say it's a bad movie because I gave it 2 stars. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. Avoid it, especially if it's in 3D. Avoid it. If you want to see this film that bad, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes. Just avoid it at all costs. If it's in 2D, maybe if you feel like getting bored out of your mind or you're that bored at your house, you could probably watch frickin' Your Highness is so much better than this film. If you're gonna go and waste $13, if you're gonna go waste money, spend $25 on a Blu-ray or $16.99 on a DVD and watch this, because this is about as close as you're gonna get to a good movie. Oh god, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna say it's a bad movie because I just don't want you guys to think, oh, Gabe said it wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. Two stars out of 5 stars. I never give movies bad stars. Hell, I even gave Twilight 4 stars, and that was pretty bad compared to everybody else. But actually, that had more better elements in this than this film. It was a horrible remake. It was not a horrible film, but it was a horrible remake. It cannot ever live up to the expectations that I was giving it. And I mean, for me to give expectations to a film that I really loved, it was pretty much like, you know what, I'm gonna give it I have high expectations for pretty much every movie, and I knew this was supposed to be a cheesy thriller, but it was just not a movie. It was just like a piece of shit sci-fi film that I couldn't keep my eyes open to. Anyway, this is Gabe Hess, Games Pie. Avoid this movie. Go see Fright Night in 3D, and come back for more movie, Blu-ray, and game reviews. This is Games Pie, and unleash your inner nerd.
Subscribe and watch some of my other videos only on Gabe Hess Reviews. Unleash your inner nerd.